So, hello students. In last lecture, we have discussed about the peroxisome cell organelles. The next cell organelles in your syllabus is the glyoxysomes. The question may be asked like give the cytological details of the glyoxysomes. So here these glyoxysomes is same cell organelles like the peroxysomes. So the first of all the discovery the glyoxysome cell organelle is first time discovered by the scientist Pallade. So this scientist Pallade discovered the small bodies are present in the cells, and these small bodies are always associated with the glyoxylate metabolism. So they can give the name these structure as a glyoxysomes. The scientist Pallade they have observed that at the time of glyoxylate metabolism, जब भी glyoxylate metabolism process होती है, always the some cell organelles or some bodies are associated with this glyoxylate metabolism. That's why they gave the name to the cell organelles as a glyoxysomes. जैसे कि हमने पेरोक्सिसोम्स में देखा था, पेरोक्सिसोम्स नेम क्यों दिया गया है? क्योंकि वहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन जो पेरोक्साइड से हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड का फॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन पेरोक्साइड हो जाता है, उसकी वजह से उसका नाम दिया था पेरोक्सिसोम्स. Same thing is here. This cell organelles is associated with the glyoxylate metabolism. That's why the cell organelles gave the name as glyoxysomes. The size of the glyoxysomes cell organelles is about 0.5 to 1 gram. So you think that very little or very small cell organelle is present at the time of glyoxylate metabolism. The number of glyoxysomes per cells is about 17 to 100 peroxysomes भी वैसे ही नंबर था. In each cells they are having 17 to 100 cell bodies in each cells. Then shape of the cell organ or glyoxysome. So these glyoxysomes is small spherical body covered with single membrane, and this membrane is shows similarities with the structural or compositional similarities with the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondrial membrane, etc. The same like the peroxysomes. Peroxysomes, it is also a small spherical body and which is covered by the single membrane. This membrane same like the peroxysomes and glyoxysomes, this membrane shows similarities or resemblance with the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondrial membrane, etc. Then let's discuss about the structures of the glyoxysomes. So here the structures of the glyoxysome is same like the peroxysomes. So it is covered by the single membrane. This membrane encloses the cytosol. So in the blue color it is cytosol. So cytosol is nothing but the amorphous semi-solid fluid. Then at center a solid mass is present, and this mass is known as the central core. So in the cytosol and central core, they contains many proteins and enzymes. Those proteins which are required in the glycosylate metabolism as well as in the process of gluconeogenesis. So here the whole structure is same like the peroxisomes, but in these glycosomes the some in cytosol as well as in the central core the compositions will be different. In glycosomes the proteins and enzymes which present or those present which are required in the glycosylate metabolism and which required for the gluconeogenesis. So its function is also related to the glycosylate metabolism and gluconeogenesis. So in the structure you have to write down about the externally it is or it is covered by the single membrane. Single membrane encloses the cytosol. Cytosol is nothing but the amorphous semi-solid fluid. At the center there is the solid mass which is called as the central core, and in the cytosol and central core there is some proteins and enzymes are present. Those are required for the glycosylate metabolism and in the gluconeogenesis process. So next point is functions of the glycosomes. So one main functions of the glycosomes is the first functions of the first function of the glycosomes is in the glycosylate metabolism. So what's happened when the oil plant seeds, for example ricinus plants. So in the ricinus it is the oil yielding plant. So in case of ricinus, seed germinations of the ricinus plants, the fat is converted or the fat, these fatty acids are broke down into the, or the fat, they will be breaking down into the fatty acids and glycerol. So these glycerols for breaking down due to the glycosylate metabolism. So in the glycosylate metabolism, these glycerols again it is breaking down of the fatty acids and then carbohydrate. So these carbohydrates will be helpful in the germinations of the seeds. So mostly in the oil seeds, these glycosylate metabolism processes takes place because in that seeds the fat is present. So this fat is breakdown, or they will be converted into the fatty acids and glycerols. These glycerols again breaking down into the fatty acids and carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates will helpful in the germinations of the seeds. So only these glyoxysomes, or mostly these glyoxysome cell organelles, are present in the oil seeds or in the germinating सीड्स. जो भी जर्मिनेटिंग सीड्स रहते हैं वहाँ पे एक ग्लायोक्सिजोम सेल ऑर्गेनेलिज प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. So this is one functions of the glyoxysomes. The another next important functions of the glyoxysomes is the gluconeogenesis. So what's happened in case of gluconeogenesis? So carbohydrates in the seeds, these carbohydrates is preserved as a reserve food material of the seeds. So when the germinations of these seeds are takes place, these glyoxysomes, they can carry the process of gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis, that means there is the conversion of carbohydrate into the glucose, and at that time the energy will be formed. So in case of the germination of the seeds, energy will be required. So carbohydrates which are in the stored form, they will be break down and they form the glucose molecules as well as some ATP molecules. So this is the main two functions of the glyoxysome cell organelles. Then last part of the glyoxysomes is the biogenesis. सेम लाइक द पेरोक्सिसोम्स, वहाँ पे भी हमने देखा था कि द फॉर्मेशन of the peroxisomes is takes place from the endoplasmic reticulum. Same here, formation of glyoxysomes, it is also takes place from the endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum shows in the yellow color. So when this endoplasmic reticulum goes under the budding process, these buds will be separated and they forms the glyoxysomes bodies. सेम लाइक द पेरोक्सिसोम. सेम वहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हो, दोनों में भी सिमिलर प्रोसेस है. बडिंग एंडोप्लाज्मिक इन एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम there is the budding process. After budding, the buds will be separated and they forms the glyoxysomes. So here, in case of these you have to write its discovery, size, shape, structure, its functions and biogenesis. So first we have just revised discovery. The scientist Pallade, they can discover the small bodies which are always associated with the glyoxylate metabolism, so that they gave the name glyoxysomes. The size of these glyoxysomes is 0.5 mu to 1 mu, and the number of glyoxysomes per cell is about 17 to 100. The shape of these glyoxysome bodies are very small, spherical, and these are covered by the single membrane. These membranes, structurally or compositionally, they will be similar with the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum or mitochondrial membrane, etc. Then the structures of the glyoxysomes Here there is the main three part, that was this body is covered with the single membrane. Then this membrane encloses the amorphous solid semi-solid fluid, that means they are known as the cytosol, and at the center there is the solid mass which is known as the central core. The These core and cytosol contain some proteins and enzymes. Those proteins or enzymes, they will be require or helpful in the glyoxylate metabolism as well as in the gluconeogenesis process. So the functions, it is also related to these two processes. The main function is the glyoxylate metabolism. So when the oil seed plant will be germinated, in this plant, these seeds contain the fat. So this fat is breaking down into fatty acids and glycerol. So these glycerols undergoes the glyoxylate, or these glycerols will be breaking down with the help of glyoxysome cell organelles. They breaking down and they form the fatty acids into the carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates are used for the germination. Same thing in gluconeogenesis. In other plants, seeds contain the carbohydrates as a reserve food material. So at the time of germination, these carbohydrates will converted into the glucose. So here the gluconeogenesis process takes place, and this process takes place in the with the help of the cell organelles glyoxysome. So these carbohydrates will provide the energy to the germinating seeds. Last one is the biogenesis. Here the formation of the glyoxysomes will take place from the endoplasmic reticulum. Here the budding process will be takes place. The buds will be separated from the endoplasmic reticulum and they form the new spherical bodies of the glyoxysomes. So there is not much difference in the structures of the peroxisomes and glyoxysomes. The main difference between the peroxisomes and glyoxysomes is that related to the presence of the proteins and enzymes. So glyoxysomes of the which enzymes or proteins, that means there is the enzymes related to the glyoxylate metabolism and gluconeogenesis. But in case of the peroxisomes, there is the mostly cytochrome B3 and urate oxidase are there. So the functions of the peroxisomes and glyoxysomes are also different. So according to the structures and numbers, they will be similar in peroxisome as well as in the glyoxysomes. This is all regarding the glyoxysome organelles.